Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to the post-Summerslam edition of NoDQ&A video right here on NoDQ.com, as well as the YouTube channel and NoDQ&A videos affiliate ringsidenews.com. Here to answer your questions regarding this year's SummerSlam, the final SummerSlam that will be taking place in Los Angeles. Next year, SummerSlam will be going back to New Jersey and New York, and all I have to say is it's about time. As much as I enjoy watching SummerSlam live in person, I am a bit relieved now that I can take a break and not have to go to every show or feel obligated to go to every show and cover the event for NoDQ.com. But it's been a hell of a ride. It's been very interesting going to SummerSlam over the past 6 years, and it was a lot of fun at times. So definitely an end of an era, but got your questions here. First one today from Awesome SW 69514. Longtime viewer, first time asker. With WWE SummerSlam 2014's conclusion, I believe it is the best SummerSlam ever put out by WWE and WWE pay-per-view of the year. Could you give your thoughts on the show as a whole? Please answer in video. Well, first off, I would not even go as far as to say it was the pay-per-view of the year, and certainly not one of the best SummerSlams of all time. I got a question here from WWE fan Dark Arrow. Hey Aaron, what in your opinion was the match of the night and the most disappointing match at SummerSlam? The Lumberjack match gets my vote for best, and the Divas match bored me. Well, overall, when it comes to SummerSlam, like I said in my quick recap video, I do think that the show was a thumbs up. I did think it was a good show overall. The match of the night, to me, was the main event. That was the match I expected to be the match of the night going in. That was the one I was looking forward to the most, and I think it delivered. I think that fans were satisfied with that match, and a lot of people were talking about how that was the match that should have taken place at Extreme Rules 2012. Brock Lesnar going out there and just beating the hell out of John Cena. Cena barely making a few comebacks, but not the big Superman comeback that we've been used to. To me, it was as close to the right finish as possible. Brock Lesnar, as I mentioned in previous videos, needed to go out there and just demolish John Cena, and that's exactly what happened. So to me, it was a very satisfying ending to the show. And definitely the Lumberjack match was a very pleasant surprise. I was thinking about previous Lumberjack matches, and that was definitely one of the better Lumberjack matches in WWE history, maybe the best. Those guys really did go out there and take a stipulation that hasn't really produced much over the years, and they made it a memorable match. As far as the rest of the show went, I mean, to me, it was very average. It felt like a very typical WWE show. Nothing really bad on the pay-per-view or the mega event, but nothing really all that memorable for the undercard matches. I mean, there wasn't anything that I'm going to remember a week from now. Maybe The Miz winning the IC title. I think that the most disappointing match was Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns, which I did think that the last few minutes were really good, especially when Roman Reigns went for the clothesline or the punch and Randy Orton countered into the RKO. I thought that that was really well done. But the first half of the match I was really bored with, and there wasn't a lot of heat in the beginning for that match. So, that would be the most disappointing match since it was one of the most anticipated. All right, this one comes from Live Life Loudly. Hey Aaron, did you find Brock and Cena to be a bit unbelievable? Are we really supposed to believe that just because Lesnar beat Undertaker's streak that now he can just manhandle John Cena? Well, yes, for Brock Lesnar to beat The Undertaker, one should be able to think that Brock Lesnar could destroy anybody. And yes, that includes Superman himself, John Cena. So I think that it was very believable. To me, Brock Lesnar looks the part. He looks like a guy that could destroy anybody, anytime, any place. He is a bona fide beast. The beast incarnate, the monster. Brock Lesnar, he fits the bill. So to me, yes, it is very believable that he could beat John Cena. This one comes from Robert Talia72. With Brock Lesnar winning the WWE World Title at SummerSlam, will he appear on Raw more often? Answer in video, please. I would like to say yes, but I think it depends on how long he's going to be champion. If he's going to be champion until WrestleMania, and he has a limited number of dates, we're not going to be seeing Brock Lesnar, the WWE champion, all that often. But there has been a lot of speculation that maybe he will not be WWE champion until WrestleMania. In that case, you could have him make more appearances. But in my opinion, I think that he should be champion until WrestleMania, and you should do Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, with Roman Reigns being the guy to finally beat Brock Lesnar, be the 1-21-1, beat that guy that ended Undertaker's streak. That's what I think should happen. I got this question here from Shiggy Diggy Bang. Now that Lesnar is champ, will he be wrestling on every pay-per-view event? Do you think we might even get a match with him on Raw? Once again, I don't think we're going to be seeing a whole lot of him unless WWE decides to change plans, and I'll get to that in a second here. As far as him wrestling on Raw, I'm going to have to use my own quote, highly unlikely in all likelihood. But as far as being on every pay-per-view, maybe. I think that it's more likely he'll be at 3 or 4 pay-per-views until WrestleMania if he's going to be champion that long. I don't see him being on every single pay-per-view, but could see him being on more than he's been in the past now that he's champion. And this one comes from Carson19. Do you think that Lesnar was given his title match due to Bryan being injured, therefore pushing all rivalries forward? Meaning Reigns will face Lesnar at Royal Rumble, and Bryan will end up winning the Rumble to face Reigns at WrestleMania. Well, that is certainly a possibility that you could have Brock Lesnar's title reign end sooner. As I mentioned earlier, I think that would be a mistake. I think it would mean a lot more if Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and it's 1 full year after the streak was ended. I think that that's the best way to book it personally. But absolutely, you could do something like that, and if Daniel Bryan is ready to come back. I just don't know if Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan at this stage of the game is a WrestleMania main event. I don't know if that's a big enough match to be fair to both guys. I think that with Brock Lesnar's momentum, his name needs to be on the WrestleMania headlines in the main event. To me, that makes the most sense. So, I think even though the champ isn't going to be around all that much, I think it's best to let it play out longer and not rush it. And I got a question here from Scope19 with another possibility. With Lesnar winning the WWE title, seen as he is part-time, do you see him losing it in a few months to Bryan and then near to WrestleMania 30, cashing his rematch clause in, winning the title back, and facing Reigns at WrestleMania? That is an interesting possibility, but I don't see Brock Lesnar losing and then facing Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. To me, when Brock Lesnar finally loses, it needs to be the one big loss that puts over the next superstar, whether that be Roman Reigns or somebody else. So to me, that would really water down Brock Lesnar if he lost the title and then won it back and then faced Reigns. I think that would devalue the title, and it would devalue Brock Lesnar, who is on the biggest role of his career, ending Undertaker's streak, devastating John Cena at SummerSlam. To me, he should stay undefeated until it's time to put over the next big star. All right, this one comes from Lewis D3. Hey Aaron, with Brock Lesnar being a part-time world champion, do you see the IC title finally being elevated now that it is on a talented performer like Dolph Ziggler, who is a workhorse and could bring prestige back to the championship? Please answer. Well, that actually would be a good idea, a good way to try and elevate the IC title and make it meaningful again. But my gut tells me if WWE was going to do that and make the IC title mean something, that they wouldn't have put it on Dolph Ziggler. I mean, they would put it on somebody like Randy Orton or one of the top tier guys in the company, not put it on a guy that they essentially label as a mid-card act, and a guy who is stuck at a certain level. I just don't see them doing anything significant with the IC title, unfortunately. Would be a good idea. I mean, it would be a great opportunity if Brock Lesnar is not going to be around to put the IC title in the main events, but, they do not see Dolph Ziggler as a main event guy. That is the problem. If you're going to do that, one would think WWE would put the title on somebody that they see as a top-tier guy. So that'll do it for this edition of No DQ&A video. I will get to more SummerSlam questions tomorrow. Send them in spring.me/AaronRift. Stay tuned to NoDQ.com for the very latest. Check out my SummerSlam pictures from this weekend at facebook.com/NoDQ.com. And I will see you guys next time for more.